Valentine's Day. Boys and girls. Don't know about anyone else, cannot wait for the 14th of Feb to sit and eat chocolate by myself at home. 10 out of 10. Today we're going to be getting glam, doing makeup, having a chat together, just making ourselves feel Valentine's Day appropriate even if we don't have any plans. Obviously I'm barefaced at the minute. I'm going to be doing my makeup, my hair. I've got a little wig that might make an appearance later. I wanted to make it really fun and creative, seeing as this is basically my celebration for Valentine's Day. Part of this video is actually in collaboration with Glossybox, which I am so excited about. I honestly think you guys are gonna love Glossybox if you're not using them already. So I'm gonna be going through the box because there's a couple of products in here that I want to use for today's look. But for those of you who don't know, Glossybox is a monthly beauty subscription box which contains around 5 products totaling over £50. So the value of the box itself is over £50, which is incredible. But the best part of it all is the box is actually £6 to purchase. I actually have a discount code for you guys to use where you get the box for £6, and as I've just said, the products inside total over £50. You are going to be shocked when you see some of the stuff that's inside. Literally, we've got like Huda Beauty in here for £6. Do I need to say any more? I feel like no. The great thing about Glossybox, as I've just said, it is a monthly subscription box, so it's a really exciting thing to have as a beauty lover. It's basically like a treat every single month, which I think is amazing. It's also very flexible in terms of the payment plan, so you can basically sign up for either just 1 month, so literally just 1 month of the box, or 3 or 6 or a year's worth of Glossyboxes instead, which, considering they're £6, like £6 a month is so affordable. And like I said, when you see what's inside, you're gonna be shocked. There's basically a mix of like beauty products, like makeup products, skincare products, hair care products, that type of thing inside. God, I've just been to the gym, like I've just had a personal training session. My arms are not opening any packages right now. They're like jelly arms, honestly. Okay, so this is what it's like when you open it up. So it's actually got the box inside. So on this month's box, it says it's all about love. Inside, everything is really, really beautifully packaged, which is amazing. Like the fact that you get this for £6, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to stop talking about it, I'm sure. Comes in like a really beautiful heart-shaped ribbon, and then you also get a little kind of like welcome slip with the products inside for the month. It's also got their social media as well, which I will link down below, along with my discount code and the website and everything else if you're interested. So as I said, we've got some Huda Beauty in here. I have never tried a Huda Beauty lip liner, well, these are technically called lip contours, before, but I am so excited to give this a go. I'm actually going to use it in today's look. So this is in the shade Flare, and it is a full-size product, as you can see. It's like a really nice brownie nude, which you guys know is right up my street, and I love the fact that it's called Flirt, considering, you know, it's all Valentine's Day themed. Also got a makeup brush. So this is by a brand called Luxie, which I get so many questions about the foundation brush that I usually use, which is the angled brush, and that brush is by this brand Luxie. Great brush brand, I love them. And then we've also got a full-size Nails Ink nail polish in here, which again, I love the fact that it's red, very like romantic Valentine's themed. Nails Ink is a really great brand of nail varnish and polishes. Okay, next up we actually have a toothpaste, which is kind of like a Luxe mini size. So this is by a brand called Regenerate, I want to say. And this is their advanced toothpaste. It's actually a really nice size. Like, I'm going to keep hold of this and save it for travel probably, because one thing that I always forget when I'm like going on planes or traveling to London or whatever is toothpaste. Like, I'm the worst for it. So definitely going to keep hold of that. I'm excited to try it out because it's not a brand that I've used before. Again, that's like the great thing about subscription boxes. Like, it always branches you out and like introduces you to new brands. We've got a sheet mask in here, which is amazing. I might actually pop this on in a second whilst I do my brows. So this is a multivitamin mask. As I said, it's just a sheet mask. It basically says it's a moisturizing Korean face mask with vitamins B3, B5, B6, C, E to nourish your skin. And then if that wasn't enough already, we've also got some minis of the Alien fragrance, which is both the men's and the women's. So I'm super excited to try that out. I'm pretty sure is it Jordan that always raves about this scent? Like, one of my friends always raves about this fragrance, so I'm really excited to try it out. So that is all the products in February's Glossybox. As I said, this part of the video is in collaboration with them. So excited to be working with them. It's such a big overall saving. So if you're interested, I'm going to leave a link down below. I'm going to link all of their social channels as well as my discount code if any of you guys want to use it. It's just a great little treat every single month, I think, especially as a beauty lover. And I feel like some subscription boxes get really expensive in price. The fact that it's £6 is It's a winner winner chicken dinner, what can I say? Okay, brow wise, I think I'm actually going to do powder today, which I've not done in a really long time. So I'm going to be taking the Sigma medium brow powder. The dark one is pretty much gone now because I actually use it on my roots as well. Like I use this a lot when I'm trying to conceal my roots. So I'm going to use the lighter shades, and I'm going to do a little bit of a softer brow today just because I've got a pink wig that I might put on later. So I don't want my brows to look really dark, otherwise it's just not going to look realistic, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, I've got like the rough shape, and then I'll just fix them up with brow gel afterwards. Also, I just want to say, I've been seeing so many comments about my eyebrows recently and the fact that they're not even, people don't like the shape of them or whatever. Guys, I literally just follow my natural shape for my brows, and if this one is higher, it's because this brow naturally rises a lot higher, so I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, and then for the eyes, I want to do something quite bold today with like pinks and reds, seeing as though it's Valentine's. So I'm going to be using the P. Louise base in the shade Rumour, which I think is just 2, just to use as a base, just to make sure everything is super vibrant on the lid. And the brush that I'm going to use to carve everything out is a Makeup Forever 230 brush. For this look, I have something in mind that I've not practiced, so I'm praying that it goes right, because in my head it's going to be quite technical, so I'm just going to do my best and hopefully it comes out okay. I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. Any palette with a matte red and a matte pink will do. What I have in mind is basically a upper kind of like cut crease that is kind of a similar style to the flower cut crease that a lot of people were doing a while ago, but I want to do it with love hearts instead. So I kind of have it in mind to have like colour, like pink and red blending into each other, and then little white hearts throughout the upper cut crease. Is it gonna work? We're gonna find out. I'm gonna start off with 2 quite dense brushes, which are both by Sigma. I'll leave a link to them below. I've got the E37 and the E39. They're both very dense, just to pack the colour on. And I'm going to be alternating between probably Prick, which is this red shade, and Cavity, which is the bright pink. And I'm just going to be doing like, to start off with, blobs of colour and then kind of blend them each into each other a little bit, but I still want them to be their own little space of colour so that they can have a white heart in the middle. Please, 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 universe, let me pull this off today, please. I want to go above your crease, so I'm going to start around here, and I'm just going to start pressing it there. The hardest thing is going to be getting them balanced, but I mean, if I can even make this look remotely good, I'll be happy. I won't care too much about the balance. I'm hoping this is going to look good, like worse before it gets good, you know? And then I'm just going to like soften, so you want to make sure you're using the right brush, but I'm just going to like kind of soften the very outer part. I don't want to blend them into each other because I want them to all have their own bit of space. Okay. We're looking crazy, but it's fine. I'm gonna cut the crease a little bit just so we've got a little bit more lid space to work with afterwards. So I'm just gonna be cutting all the way across and then underneath, and then we're gonna do the hearts in each section. It's not fully blended. I'll probably go in a little bit more afterwards and blend it out, but I can't work out like how I want this to look yet. Like if I want them to look really separate or really like put together or what, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to kind of work it out as we go along. Okay, it's really hard to get them even because like I said, this eye naturally lifts a lot here. So trying to get them as even as possible, but taking that into consideration, it's just, apologies if they're not even. I don't know what to use to set the lid. I kind of need like a pale pink eyeshadow, or I might just use this one here, which is more of like a peachy tone. It's just called Tongue Pop. Okay, to do the hearts, I'm going to take some white liquid liner from NYX. This is where shit's really going to hit the fan because, I mean, this is going to be so fiddly. This is hard. This is like beyond hard. Oh, that one came out pretty good. Okay. They're not even, but for our first attempt, I feel like it's not too bad. This one came out so fucking big. I'm going to do a brown liner today, and for that, I'm going to use the Benefit Roller Liner in the brown shade. And then I'm going to go ahead and do lashes off camera. I'm just going to use Pinky Girl Ream lashes, which I have to say I've been so obsessed with recently. I've had so many questions about them, so I'm just gonna pop those on now. Okay, onto skin. I thought we'd try out the new Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Radiance Perfecting Foundation. I've got a couple of minis, so I've just been swatching some on the back of my hands, and I think I'm just gonna mix a couple of shades together and test it out. I've already primed with the Laura Mercier Hydration Primer. I thought I'd use my Luxie foundation brush, seeing as we're gonna use the Luxie brush from Glossybox, so I'm just gonna try and mix these shades together and hopefully they work. Yeah, my skin has been breaking out a lot recently, and I'm pretty sure it's all excuse me I'm pretty sure it's all hormonal because I've come off my pill, and the last time I came off my pill the exact same thing happened, so I'm pretty sure it's just hormonal and I just need to wait it out. It's just annoying though, like knowing that I can't really do much for it. I've been doing a little bit of skincare, but not much, just because I don't want to potentially irritate it anymore. Foundation actually looks really nice. It's more of a medium coverage. It's not covered my blemishes fully, but feels nice on the skin, feels really hydrating. It looks really luminous, which I love. A bit dark, the foundation, but it's fine. I've pretty much just mixed the shade 3N with a slightly lighter shade, 3N1, sorry. I am gonna cream bronze with my Maybelline foundation stick, just a little bit, just to add some warmth back into the skin. This is in the shade Caramel. And then I thought we'd give the Luxie small contour brush a go, just to see how it works with creams as well, which I mean, that basically just blended into my skin straight away, so I love that. So I'm just using like a kind of a mix of sweeping and patting motions just to make sure it's all blended into the skin and it looks really seamless. I'm going to use my Barry M concealer in the shade Cookie just to highlight underneath my eyes. It's going to look really light, but when I set it with powder, this concealer does tend to like dull down a little bit, so fingers crossed it'll be fine. I've just like taken the eyeshadow a little bit down just so that when we do the low lash line it matches up a little bit better, like hopefully it should anyway. So I'm not doing concealer like right up to my lash line as I usually would. Okay, and then just setting it in place with my YSL powder. You guys know I'm obsessed with this stuff, like I love it so much, so I'm just gonna pick some up on the sponge and just press it underneath my eyes. It's actually like a filter, this powder, like honestly. And then I've actually been using MAC Studio Fix over the rest of the skin, so this is the shade NW25. And I just take it on a really dense powder brush. Ooh, this brush smells really nice, but it's because I used it the other day on my body, but I had like perfume on my body. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, and then to finish off the under eye, I don't know what to do. I think I'm actually going to start by mixing Cavity and Tongue Pop again, just to create like a similar shade to what's on the lid-ish. So I'm just going to use a small brush. This is just a Backstage Beauty brush, and I'm just going to kind of dip into the two, tap off the excess, and then start running these underneath the eye. And then because I've left a little bit of a gap with the base, the shadow is gonna just like link up and connect all around the eye, which is kind of what I had in mind for this. And then inner corner wise, always has to be nylon. You guys know how I feel about this eyeshadow. It's such a good shadow. Just use it on an Anastasia brush, like literally the ones that you get in the palette, and I'm just gonna pop that right there just to highlight the very inner part of the eye. Ooh, makes so much difference, honestly. Can you tell these are love hearts? Like, probably not. That one especially, we need to give this little love heart a name, because that's like my special one that completely went wrong, but now it has like a special place in my heart, no pun intended. The bronzer that I'm going to use is just Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I'm actually going to start off by contouring my nose a tiny bit, because this is literally like one of my favourite things to do now. Like, I just love making my nose a skinny queen. The reason I look down so much is because my brush hits my lash otherwise, and it's really annoying. So I just look down so that my lashes are right at the top of my eyes. I'm just going to use the same Hoola bronzer on the rest of the skin, just to ever so slightly contour. Don't really want to use anything too warm because we've got pink on the eyes. So I just want something a little bit more cool tone today rather than a normal bronzer. Although this is still a bronzer technically. Okay, and then for glow, I've picked out this by Laura Mercier. This is the Face Illuminator in the shade Devotion. It's more of like a pink tone, so I thought it might match the eyes quite well. To give ourselves some like blushing skin, I'm going to use Dainty by MAC, which is a mineralized blush. So it doesn't have a ton of colour payoff. It's quite like natural, but it's just going to give like a really nice pink flush to the cheeks, just to tie everything together. All we've got left to do now is lips. Obviously I want to do something nude anyway, so I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty lip contour in the shade Flirt, which was in this month's Glossybox. So I'm just going to apply this all over, and then I might do a lighter lipstick in the middle just to give it a bit more of like an ombre and make them look a little bit more plump. And then over top I have one of these new NYX, oh it smells so good, Candy Slick in the shade Sugar Coated Kiss. This is a little bit more pinkier, so again I feel like it'll help everything tie in. So I'm just going to put a bit of this on top. Okay, so this is the finished look. Obviously the wig is just a little bit of extra fun, so I feel like we're all pinked out now. Very Valentine's Day appropriate. Thank you to Glossybox for sponsoring part of this video. I've had so much fun working with them, and I really hope you guys like Glossybox as well. All of the information will be in the description bar down below, along with my discount code if you want to use it. I think that's everything in a nutshell. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a lovely Valentine's Day no matter what you are doing. I'm gonna head off. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I've got no plans, but I kind of want to like go out and make the most of this makeup. I might just like take some Instagrams and stuff like that, but thank you for watching. I love you guys as always, and I will see you in the next one.